Now, let's move on to the Sentiment Analysis tab. With AAPL selected, the title row here reads, AAPL Recent 7-Day News Sentiment Analysis up to September 23rd, 2025, 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Just like in the previous Sentiment Timeline tab, this date reflects the most recent available market day, in this case, September 23rd. So when users open this tab, usually about an hour before the next market open, they are always seeing the latest news sentiment data available. Connection to previous tab. All of the news articles shown here come directly from the sentiment timeline chart we just covered. The difference is that while the timeline visualizes them as points and trends, this tab lets you explore each article in detail, along with Alinsight's AI-generated sentiment analysis. Sentiment Value Gauge. At the top, you'll see a gauge that shows the sentiment value of the selected article from the table below. This value comes from Alinsight's sentiment model, which assigns each article a score between -1 for strong negative and +1 for strong positive. This helps you instantly see how a single piece of news might influence market outlook for AAPL. AI Sentiment Analysis for selected news. Below the gauge, you'll find the section titled Alinsight's AI Sentiment Analysis for selected news. This explains why the AI gave the chosen article its score. The model looks at several factors: linguistic signals, tone and subjectivity, and how the content aligns with Apple's historical market context. Together, these elements produce a sentiment classification between -1 and +1. This section also shows the article details: the headline, the description, the date and time it was published, and a Read More button that links directly to the original article. Most importantly, it includes an AI-generated reasoning for the score. For example, one article about Apple's hiring potential says, "The sentiment for Apple Inc. stock is significantly positive from this news. It suggests that more skilled employees could become available for Apple in data engineering, machine learning, and site reliability engineering. This would likely boost Apple's innovation and development, positively impacting stock value." However, since the article does not contain explicit details about Apple itself, the sentiment is not fully positive. This type of reasoning makes it clear why a sentiment value is assigned, not just what the value is. The news table. Finally, at the bottom of the tab, you'll find the full news sentiment table. It lists every article considered in the past 7 days, with columns for published time in Eastern Time, source, title, description, keywords, and related tickers. This table acts as your searchable record. Every article you saw in the timeline chart is captured here with full details for deeper review. This completes the walkthrough of the Sentiment Analysis tab. Together with the Sentiment Timeline tab, it gives you both the big picture of news flow and the detailed reasoning behind each article's sentiment score, so you can connect market trends to the actual news driving them.